Affairs analyst Dr. Jide Ojo joins me to discuss developments in Cameroon. Good to have you join us, Dr. Jide.
My pleasure, Precious.
All right, so let's talk about the opposition in this conversation. We know that Maurice Kamto, who is of the Bamileke ethnic group, has now been excluded and rejected from participating in this election. In the Bamileke ethnic group, rather, there is already a feeling of exclusion. If you remember the last presidential election, when Kamto protested the results, it led to some level of post-election crisis. Now that his candidacy has been rejected, what does this mean for political stability in Cameroon and then the credibility of the election?
Thank you, Precious. Unfortunately, this is what gives this continent a very bad image. And interestingly, Precious, this Bamileke tribe is the largest tribe in Cameroon, Now, this exactly is what happened in Côte d'Ivoire in the last election in that country. So all over Africa, we see a lot of this, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, and now we are seeing that even in Togo and Benin Republic, these have been a recurring decimal. Obviously, Paul Biya wants to die in office at 92. The last election, he won 70% of the votes. And this one, I don't know how many percentage he wants to win, because obviously it's just, election is just an hollow ritual in Cameroon. There is no credibility to any election that will give a 92-year-old man who is not even conscious of conscious of his environment, who we want to return into power. I recall that sometimes last year he was even rumored to have died. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it's last year. He was rumored to have even died. News reporters said that Paul Biya spent much of his time in France than even in Cameroon. And yet, you want to go for the 8th term after being there for 43 years. I don't know what is wrong with those African leaders.
But Dr. Jide, as much as Dr. Jide, if I may come in, as much as we want to blame, President Biya for his allegation of his term in office, let's look at the opposition. Talks took place among the opposition figures all through August, yet they could not achieve a consensus on a single candidate. Are they not also falling, or failing to seize the opportunity to offer a strong alternative, and that has also kept him in office?
Again, you can't rule out that the government is also part of the divide and rule. Don't forget, Precious, that the Cameroon is divided into the French-speaking and the English-speaking, and the English-speaking Cameroon had wanted Abyssinian Republic. They want to, just like the IPOB, they want to be opt out of France. They want to opt out of Cameroon. And so they are already in their own agitation. But I agree with you. Once a house divided against itself cannot stand. If you cannot unite and put up one candidate that can defeat the behemoth called Paul Biya, then you will continue to have him in power till death do him pass. But I'm just saying that this is quite reminiscent of several African countries. Recall that Robert Mugabe had to also be pushed out in a kind of palace coup before he relinquished power in the twilight of his life. Even when he was in his 90s, he was always, he just wanted to be there. We also have...
But Dr. Jide, I get that, but I mean, let's see what happened in Senegal. What's his name? Macky Sall was going to run for a 3rd term, and then the opposition came together and then, presented a united front that led to Diomaye Faye now being president. But let's talk about President Biya. Whether he wins or not, what would be the security implication for Cameroon when you look at all of the secession and ethnic and religious implication of this election?
Well, it will win, obviously, unless the opposition, and also the guy that has been excluded is a big blow to the opposition. But even the moment the rank of the opposition is fractured, is factionalized, and they cannot put up a spirited candidate, a vibrant candidate that can checkmate him, he will continue to win. Obviously, he has his eye on staying in power till death calls at 92. But the bottom line is that will he eat the UN call for fairness, for transparency and accountability, for equity, even as a contest for the 8th time. The point is that I foresee a kind of follow ritual where figures will just be cooked up and it will be announced the winner.
Well,
and that's why
it's
the opposition, just like you draw the example of Senegal, which led to the emergence of Faye.
There is a lot. I apologize for interrupting you. I'm told my time is up. There's a lot to watch out for. This election is in October. We'll see how it plays out. Thank you so much for your time. As always, Dr. Jide Ojo, Global Affairs Analyst.
My pleasure, Precious. Do have a wonderful evening.